Hi, today I am going to start a new topic. We are going to review Graveland's Broken Pride. Okay, let's say. Gallant nuzzled him. Don't doubt yourself, my cub. You are going to be a great lion, and the best kind of leader, one who keeps his own pride safe and content, but puts fear into the heart of his strongest enemy. That does sound good. Feeling much better, Swift Club nodded. Gallant nipped efficiently at the tuft fur on top of his head, padded toward Valor. Swift Cub watched him proudly. He's right, of course. Father knows everything, and I will be a great hunter. I will, and a brave, strong leader. A tiny movement caught his eye, scattering shadow in his father's path. A scorpion. Barely pausing to think, Swift Cub sprang, boiling between his father's paws and almost tripping him. He skittled to a halt right in front of Gallant and snarling at the sands. No, Swift Cub, cried his father, catching its plated shell and sending it flying into the long grass. The four lions watched the grass, holding their breath, waiting for a furious scorpion to reemerge. There was no stir of movement. It must have fled. Swift Cub sat back, his heart banging against his ribs. Skies above, Gallant laughed. Valor gaped, and Swift dragged her cub to her paws and began to lick him roughly. Mother, he protested. Honestly, Swift Cub, he scolded him with her tongue swept across his face. Your father might have gotten a nasty sting from that creature, but you could have been killed. You're such an idiot, little brother, sighed Valor, but there was admiration in her eyes. Gallant and Swift exchanged proud looks. Swift growled Gallant. I do believe this time has come to give our cub his true name. Swift nodded, her eyes shining. Now that we know what kind of lion he is, I think you're right. Gallant turned toward the acetsa trees, his tail lashing, and gave a resounding roar. It always amazed Swift Cub that the pride could be lying half asleep one moment and alerted the very next. Almost before Gallant had finished roaring his summons, There was a rustle of grass, a crunch of paws on the dry earth, and the rest of Gallant Pride appeared. Ears pricked and eyes bright with curiosity. Gallant huffed in greeting, and the 20 lionesses and young lions of his pride spread out in a circle around him, watching and listening intently. Gallant looked down again at Swift Cub, who blinked and glanced away suddenly rather shy. Crouched down, murmured the great lion. When he obeyed, Swift Cub felt his father's huge paw rest on his head. Henceforth, declared Gallant, this cub of mine will no longer be known as Swift Cub. He faced a dangerous foe without hesitation and protected his tribe. His name now and forever is Fearless Gallant Pride. It was done so quickly. Swift Cub felt dizzy with astonishment. I have my name. I am Fearless. Fearless Gallant Pride. All around him, his whole family echoed his name, roaring their approval. Deep cries resonated across the grasslands. Fearless Gallant Pride. Welcome, Fearless, son of Gallant. His heart swelled up inside him. Suddenly, he knew what it was to be a full member of the Pride. He had to half close his eyes, flatten his ears. He felt so buffeted by their roars of approval. I promise I'll live up to my name, he managed to growl. It came out a little squeakier than he intended to, but no lion laughed at him. They bellowed their delight even more. Of course you will, murmured Swift. Both she and his father nuzzled and butted his head. You already have, after all. You certainly. Gallant felt suddenly silent. His nostrils flared up. The Pride continued to roar. They're not from another our Pride, thought Fearless. That is Titan, replied his mom. The biggest one in the center. Do you see him? He's the cub of a lion your father once drove away. He's always hated Gallant for that. Titan's grown a fine mane, I see. Her voice became a savage growl, but he was also always a brute. The 3 lions drew closer. They paced on, relaxed but steady, toward Gallant Pride. Fearless could make out the leader clearly now. He was a huge, powerful lion, his black mane magnificent. As he came nearer, Fearless found himself shuddering. His mother was right. There was a cold light of cruelty in Titan's eyes. His companions looked mighty and aggressive too. The first had shoulders as broad as wildebeests, and the other had a ragged ear half torn away. Why are they in our territory? Asked Fearless, in a trembling voice. He didn't know whether to be furious or very afraid. So that's it. Have a good day. Bye.